may actually be delayed. So all this stuff is just weird. Y'all should be able to hear me okay. Kelly, you're in here? All right, let me move something over. What is going on, Brian? How are you doing today? Hope you're doing good. Fix this. Concurrent viewers. We have 5 concurrent viewers right now. It's ridiculous. All right, so what I'm going to do is, number one, wait for some people to join the stream. And then I'm going to get started on a video. Joined at 7:57. Niall, hey, what's up? I don't know, I scheduled it to go live at 8 o'clock. So I don't know if it's actually, if it pushes it out before it goes to 8 o'clock. I'm not sure if that makes any sense whatsoever. It doesn't seem like it, because a couple minutes before, nobody was joining, and then 8 o'clock hits, and boom, we're here. So what is going on, Kevin? Commando Gaming Industry, Cheesy Crafted, Alec Hamrick, Randy Philbrick, Gavin Roberti, Army 25 Bravo, and AIT here. How's it going, Matt? I am doing good. How are you doing? We got 42 people. I'm gonna go over what this live stream is about. It's gonna be like a mix between like a normal live stream and like a video, all in the same thing. It's literally gonna be the best of both worlds. Eski, does he see this? Yes, I see this. Yes. Zach Keen, what is going on? Thank you very much. Kathy, how are you doing? Andrew? No, he can't. Oh, that's funny. Congrats on 200K. Gregory, thank you. I appreciate it. 200,000. Link in the description for this little t-shirt. I just did a little something. I actually haven't done much promoting of it, actually. But yeah, I'm just going to wait just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. And then we're going to go into... I didn't have a video for this week, obviously, if you care to watch my videos regularly. I didn't have a video this week, and so I was kind of just scrolling around, and I saw this article, which I had heard about this before, but I saw this article with the Army working on and developing their new weapons. And so kind of what I wanted to do is live stream, hang out with you guys, and then go over kind of what's the deal with all this stuff, because I didn't want to like make a video on it. So I'm going to go ahead and just switch my camera screen, which, boom, we should be good again. But basically, what's going on here, I saw this, and how long did you serve? Bubba, I am still in, and I've been in for over 5.5 years. So, but anyways, so let's look at this. Right? So, Army at work on high-tech gear, new rifle to give soldiers winning edge in close combat. So, like I said, we're just going to kind of dig in on this. I did a quick little searching, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to like live stream me researching this stuff, because what I didn't want to do is like research this, not knowing all that much about it, and then do a video on it, and it wouldn't be that great of a video because I don't know that much about it. So this could be like a new little thing where I basically have like a video topic in mind, and we kind of just live stream going through it. So look at this. New freaking weapon. So a little while ago I heard about this, and just to give you guys a general idea of my understanding up to this point, is you have these 3 different weapons here. You got the SIG NGSWR, and basically this is like going to replace the M4, and it's going to replace the M249, and I think some of them will be like potentially replacing the 240 Bravo, because the biggest issue that we have with our weapons, honestly, or one of the biggest issues, is they're freaking heavy, right? So from what I understand is the Army is trying to solve that. And if I look at some of these Google pictures, like all I did was just search this. But they're basically working, you can kind of see it. They're basically working on like different types of ammo, because carrying around all that brass is heavy. I mean, you will be carrying around potentially, you can carry around 100 pounds of ammo plus your M249, which is, I think, like 20 pounds. No, is it 20? No, it's like, I think it's 20. I think the 240 Bravo is 25 pounds, I believe, the new one. The old 250, 240 was heavier than that, which is ridiculous. So, like I said, that was the kind of like the quick little overview of what I want to just dig into. Like I said, we're just gonna hang out looking at this stuff, plastic casings. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but we're gonna dig in here just a little bit. And I mean, this came out October the 28th, so this is some pretty. I'm like, this is pretty new stuff. I don't usually report on news that fast, you know. But let's see here. The Army is on track to equip the soldiers with state-of-the-art gear that will give them a decisive edge in close quarters combat. Items that include a high-tech goggle, okay, more lethal rifle, and binoculars that see in the dark. Yeah, so I did see something here. So let's look at this. Can I zoom in? I think I need to update my... Oh, don't you love it? It's like you zoom in and it's not even zooming in. Oh well. It's like almost like they're wearing VR goggles right now. That's crazy. That is crazy. Now, I did see briefly somewhere that it said like the new weapons are supposed to come like in 2022. So did I put that in the title? I think I put that in the title. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty soon. That's pretty soon. So signature modernization efforts. Don't mind my inability to read. I'm just kind of going through here. I want to try to make this as entertaining as possible, doing research on new Army stuff. Because, you know, if you're going to regular Army, if you're not doing Rangers or Special Forces or something like that, it might be a while till you get your hands on one of these weapons right here. But if you are going Rangers, you're going to be like basically one of the first people that get to have this. Let's see. Major focus says HOD. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Close Combat Force, CCF. Those who close with and destroy the enemy in close combat. Okay, so here we go. Look at this. Can you just imagine? Can you just imagine? Like, actually wearing something like this? Like, what is that? Does it say what it is? In June 2020, so this is recent, a soldier wears the Integrated Visual Augmentation System, IVAS, at Fort Belvoir, Virginia. The IVAS is a head-mounted high-tech goggle that gives soldiers a wealth of real-time battlefield information. This is like Army augmented reality stuff being used. That's crazy. Let's see here. It's one of 3 items Army is working on, blah, blah, blah. The other items are night vision goggles, binocular, and a more lethal rifle. That's just, I mean, I did a video a super long time ago talking about like future Army tech. I think it was like 3 years ago, maybe even 4 years. When did I start making videos for Army? 2017. It was like 2017. Or maybe it was 2016. Not sure. Your boy Owens, I want to be a soldier. Yeah. I mean, future soldiers right here going to be wearing this. That's just so crazy to look at. If you look down here, you can see this. I mean, obviously, it looks pretty clunky right now, but honestly, the military is not known for having, like, the lightest weight equipment. Elegance going Cav Scout. So, I mean, honestly, this could be like a Cav Scout kind of thing. Like, you kind of go out there, or maybe you're a forward observer. I mean, I can honestly see how that helps. Like, you know how, like, If you have an iPhone, you know how you can like measure the room and you can like see how far away things are. So like if you had one of these binoculars, potentially you could look at where you want to call an airstrike, because it's kind of really difficult. So if you're a forward observer and you're calling in indirect fire, right? You kind of have to. You can have like a rangefinder essentially. I mean, I'm not a forward observer, so I don't know all the technicals, but I mean, I do know whenever you're calling for fire, for indirect fire, like the first one is kind of like a guess, basically. It hits, once it lands, you make your corrections. And so like if you have these goggles, then you can actually see where exactly the enemy is at and where you want to actually have that indirect fire land. You could put a precise grid coordinate down. I can see how that would work out great. It would work for Cav Scouts, work for forward observers. My family goes Army all the way back to World War I. Wow. My son changed course and just graduated from Marines last week. Mark. Yeah, technically I changed course. My family was Air Force and Navy. And then I was the first one to go Army. What do those goggles do? I mean, I'm kind of, like I said, so we got a little bit more viewers here. So basically, I just want to reiterate super quickly. I came across this topic instead of me researching it and doing a video on it, and I don't really know all the technicals on this stuff, so it would be a bad video if I did it. So we're kind of just doing a live stream mixed with a video, researching together. It's like a bunch of different genres, kind of. How long do you have to train for an Army Ranger? So you have RASP, which is like, how long is RASP? I mean, I forget. I don't want to say the wrong thing. How long is RASP? Okay, 8 weeks. My video that I did with somebody. There you go. Check out that video. So basically, what was that question? So you have to do that once you get approved for RASP. Then you have an actual extended period of training after you actually become a Ranger, which is like a year or a year and a half, I think. According to this, those goggles can show the soldier battlefield information about where the enemy is, other soldiers' units are, help soldiers see a target that they need to shoot at, uses facial recognition software. What the heck? That can tell the soldier who a person is. I mean, how far is that going to work? Because how often are you going to be wearing those goggles and it's actually going to use facial recognition software to where like that's going to be useful by the time you actually have to like fire back or something? Because it's not going to be like, hey, you walk into somebody in the same room, do a little facial scan, like, oh, that's a bad guy. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, how far away is that going to work? Soldiers to send one another various kinds of digital information, including map coordinates, like I said, map coordinates, and imagery of what's happening on the battlefield. That is crazy. Tamara, is this really me? Yes, this is me. How is Atlas? Atlas is doing good. We just got him to sleep. If you wonder why I haven't been doing so many live streams, it's like right now, it's usually when he is crying. It's like his bath time. It's like his feeding time. It's his time to get ready for bed. And then early in the day, I'm working. So it's like, when can I live stream? The Army has gathered more than 20,000 hours. All right, let's talk about the weapons now. Let's talk about the weapons. These weapons, if you're just joining. These are the future. One of these three. Let me scroll up so you can actually see. One of these three sets. You got the replacement for the M4. You got the replacement for the M249. And one of them one of the sets is going to be like our future weapon systems. Crazy. NGS fires a 6.8 millimeter round. It could replace the Close Combat Force M249 and M4A1, both which fire 5.56 rounds. Developed in 2017. Yeah, this is about whenever I found out about stuff. It was like 2007, 2018 was when I first heard about the Army coming up with new weapons. The Army will test several rifle prototypes produced by various companies and expect to field a new squad weapon in the latter part of 2020. Think about this right now. 2020. People are going to have their hands on those suckers. Crazy. Crazy. I mean, night vision goggles. I mean, night vision is pretty cool. I mean, how good are they going to make night vision? Army Futures Command. I don't think y'all can hear this. I'm just going to mute it. Is it just somebody talking? Next generation squad weapons. See? By the way, the link to this that I'm looking at right now is in the description down below. That's crazy. Okay, here's some video of somebody using it. I mean, this looks like Halo. You saw me at the gym today? I mean, you might have. Depends on what gym you're talking about. All right, let's see if we can find some more. So look at that. That M4 now, that looks so old school. So like, look at that. M4 versus like this stuff. This looks so much more future high tech. Fort Bragg tuning in. What is up? Did I go airborne? I have not. I've been trying to. One of the awesome things that I remind y'all about the reservists is it's not guaranteed to go airborne. Looks like the Odin from Modern Warfare. Yeah. It looks like kind of like that or the AUG. This, like I said, this weapon, one of our biggest problems is like that they're freaking heavy. The brass is heavy. The weapon itself is heavy. I think the M4, the M16 is like 9 pounds something ounces. The M4 I think is like 8 pounds something. But like these are, does it say somewhere in here how light it is? Let's see here. I'm going to look for... It would be awesome if it said how light they are. Alright, so here it is. Does it say how heavy they are or how light? No, it doesn't. Darn it. I want to join, but sadly, I can't. Eric, I'm sorry to hear that. 6.8. Did I say something wrong? Friendly tip, go National Guard if you plan on going reserves. I mean, yeah, in a lot of states, and if you live in certain states, the National Guard is definitely, they'll give you so many more benefits than the reserves will. M4 is 7.62 pounds loaded. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's so much lighter than the M16 is. Is squad meant to be misspelled? Where? Is that misspelled? Am I saying something wrong? I don't know. All right, so we're gonna look into this next generation. So this is a like weird army site that I've been showing y'all. Next generation squad weapons, NGSW. It's like a weird army site. It's like, I don't even know. I've never came across this site before, but it is Army. It's a .mil, army.mil over here in the top left. Let's look into this. Efforts to aim, blah, 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 blah. The second prototype test beginning in the second quarter of fiscal year 21. You know, it'd be awesome if somebody from the Army happens to be watching this. I would love to come out and like shoot with y'all. Right now, the Army has screwed up all my plans this year for me working with the Army to like get extra content for y'all about new stuff like this. Because they're like, oh, we're not allowing any news or reporters or video people to come. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? This sucks. Ghost, hey. Anyone with mild knee pain ever join? Please help. Kevin, it depends on how bad your knee pain is, but it's probably not the greatest idea. You might honestly, if you're okay with going the Air Force, you might want to go the Air Force route. because they're not going to be doing any of that rucking and stuff like that, which is going to be bad for your knees. Specifications. Nope. Projected activities. Fiscal year. So 2020. So we just started the fiscal year. The diagnostic test. Testing number 1 is happening right now. Testing number 2. Onward selections, production decisions. First units equipped. Pretty crazy. Candidate. Let's see if SIG, sour, what's this weapon called? NGSWR. First look at 6-hour MCX spear. Alright, let's look at this video. I got the audio muted, so you're not gonna be able to see it or listen to it. I don't even know if if y'all can hear the audio if I played it. 6.8 by 51. Whew. Oh, look at that recoil. It's lighter than an M10 7.62 rifle. I don't know what the M110 is, honestly. 16-inch barrel. This looks cool. It comes with a suppressor that reduces gas blowback. That's interesting. M4 ergonomics. Folding stock. I mean, they're really trying to make this thing better. FN SCAR. Adjustable block. Well, that's pretty sweet. Now, what's the other one look like? Squad weapons. Is this the same? Let's go here. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That looks sweet. By the way, if y'all didn't know, like my weapons that I have some SIGs. Got some SIGs. Got them from my pistols. It'd be so cool to have one as a rifle in the Army. Lightweight machine gun is an ultra light. They say it's light, so it weighs less than 15 pounds. Has a felt recoil of a standard M4 rifle. Do you see that down here? That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I mean, that would be insane. That would be insane. Here's some website stuff. So if you're just joining the stream, like I've said a bunch of times, we're kind of just doing this research together. We're kind of just doing this together. This is pretty sweet. If they use SIG MCX, that would be amazing. I mean, be awesome. So some of the other ones that they have, you have General Dynamics. So let's type that in. General Dynamics. So this is their weapon. It looks kind of like, is it like an AUG or something? The P320 had a lawsuit? Really? Let's see here. What's this video? Oh, it's just like a circular video. This is what you do. If you have, like, for example, I know nothing about this. If I were to make a video on it, which I decided not to, I decided just to do this live stream, I would have to do all this research, looking up stuff, trying to find facts, trying to find things, and, you know, I only know what y'all can search, so we're kind of literally searching together. Those guns are insane. I mean, they look crazy. I mean, look at that. That one would just be like the weirdest thing. I think if you look right here, the built-in suppressor thing maybe is like a standard that the Army wanted. I don't know. It almost looks like the little soda can. I think It was Modern Warfare. Yeah, Modern Warfare, the recent one. You could attach the can, or there was like a paint can or something, and it would work like a suppressor. Like, that's like stupid. I don't think that actually would work. But that's kind of what that looks like. So let's look at this. Here's another interesting thing is the ammo. Somebody said plastic casings instead of brass. Matt, do you have any ways of learning about weapons? Thomas T. Han. I'm not sure what you mean by learning about weapons. You can go to like a shooting range and you could probably get like a lesson or something. If you're worried about learning about them before you go to basic training, I wouldn't worry about that too much. I do have a video on, I mean, you could really look up any video on taking apart an M4 or 249 or something. So if this shoots like different stuff, so 6.8 millimeter, maybe, I guess that's what the Army wants. And I do want to mention this. The way that the Army kind of does, the military, not just the Army, the way that the military does things is they say, hey, we want a weapon in this example that checks off these 10 boxes. And it might seem like, which probably they're like, hey, lighter than normal, you know, works better, possibly has a built-in suppressor or something like that. So they have like a list of things. So I think a 6.8 millimeter must be like one of the things that they wanted. Maybe there was some study that said that that's like better. So I don't know. Current plans. Okay, so particular cartridge design are left out to contenders. Exact specifications on new rounds are not known yet. Well, that's not fun. Come on now. And might change during the course of development, but as of late 2019 features necklace polymer case about 47 millimeters long with steel base. So polymer case right here, steel base, if you look at this. Molded in a bullet is deeply seated in the case, which apparently has thick upper part to provide sort of internal neck. It does look like that's kind of like far back there. That's interesting. 20 improve barrel cooling and avoid cook-offs. Ammunition is fed from 20 round box magazine made with plastic, and barrel is normally fitted with specially designed stubby sound suppressor. Very interesting. So we know the caliber, we don't know the length, the barrel length, the weight, the rate of fire, but we do know the magazine capacity is 20, which is not that much. 6.8 is 277. Okay, I didn't know that. I mean, I guess the conversion would make sense if they're calling 277 and 6.8. That's neat. That's something to look. Some ads from things that my wife was looking at. Bellily. All right, so let's come back. Let's look at something else. Let's look at Textron Systems. That looks interesting. Textron Systems. Textron NGSW rifle. Let's look at what they got going on here. Okay, built-in suppressor. I mean, that's it. Says nothing about minimum maximum range. Kind of disappointing. I thought I saw 3,000 meters. I'm not sure. 3,000 feet per second. Meters per second. That looks pretty interesting. I mean, I can't wait to shoot these. So, I plan on staying in the Army for a long time. Y'all are just joining and might stay in the Army for a long time. So, I mean, as a reservist, I mean, deployments, things like that. If you ever get deployed, you usually just get like the latest, greatest stuff whenever you're deployed. What's with all these ads? So, I mean, it'd be cool to shoot this thing. It'd be cool if the Army invited me to shoot this thing, like I've said already in the video. 3D model. Here's this again. So, same thing. CT weapons. The Army is about to get improved next generation weapons for testing. All right, this is the military.com article. Stop having pop-ups. Got to go, Eric. See you later. Let me read some comments for a second here. Is there anyone here that is in the reserves or active duty? Yes, I am in the reserves. Says nothing. The Textron has a serious ergonomics issue with the ejection port. Where is that at? Let's look at images. Where is it at? Is it below it? Where are the rounds casings ejected at? Hey, that's a good point. Where did you find that out at? Like I said, I'm just learning all this stuff with you guys. I heard they want to make a better gun to replace the M16 Ghost. This is what we are covering at this very second. All of these. These are all the contenders to replace. The M16 has already been replaced. So I just want to make, if y'all didn't know, the M16 has been replaced by the M4. It's not been fully rolled out because there's a lot of freaking soldiers. Like, you have to have a weapon for like every soldier in the army. So they need a lot of them. So whenever these they start rolling out theoretically in 2020. This says late 2020. You know, it's going to be years and years before the actual army as a whole gets it. Kind of like the new pistol we have. Not everybody has that. I actually think my unit just got them. So that's fun. Let's read some more comments. Cassidy Passini, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm going to join the 75th Ranger Regiment. If you're doing that, then you're going to be one of those first people to use this. You know, they're going to go down the line. They're going to let the cool people use it first. Can active military members vote when overseas? Cameron Ash, yes, they can. You can also vote at basic training. If you're leaving for basic training tomorrow, then they'll have it worked out for you. So if you need to vote, hopefully you can just go ahead and early vote. I mean, so you don't have to go through the process of doing the absentee ballot or whatever you'd have to do. Are we working on any new artillery weapons? Possibly, although I'm sure the development of that is takes forever. Because with weapons and things like that, it's they don't roll out with new things every 5 years. It'd be crazy. Just got my CAC shipping to basic in February. Awesome. February is 3 months away? That's going to be here before you know it. Got to go. Much love, Matt and family. Excited to join in April. Woot. I'm fine. Woot. I'd read Woot. Finally at 209 to 215 pounds. PT daily, longest runs 8.8 miles. Wow, that is awesome. 8.8 mile run. You're going to be good to go. I still have the M16s at my reserve unit. Yeah, reserves. So the way it works is you got Army active duty, they get stuff, and then whenever the Army active duty gets stuff, their old stuff, they give that to the reserves and the Guard. So a lot of times we get, basically every time we get old stuff, but we are getting the new pistol. I'm pointing up there because my pistol, as you guys know, is up on the wall. Whenever I'm not shooting, I just leave it there. Hey Matt, how's reserves in terms of drill pay per month? I'm in the National Guard and we get swamped with Muta 8s. Wow. So the drill pay for reserves and Guard is going to be the same. But so Christopher, you could just be in one of those units. I mean, there's units like that in the Army Reserves too. I'm just not in one. So it kind of just literally just depends on the unit. Drilling reservists joining Texas A&M University ROTC. Should I expect anything different or familiar? Should you expect something, Adrian, in ROTC different or familiar? Like, I think when you go to ROTC, if you start out as like an MS1, the first year, it's all going to be reviewed. The first 2 years, Adrian, if you're already in the reserves from what it looks like. So if you're already in the reserves, the first 2 years of ROTC, you can do it and it'll all be reviewed, or you could just skip the first 2 years of ROTC, which I would recommend just doing the last 2.5 years. So join like the last semester of your sophomore year and then contract and do your last 2 years and all that stuff. The SCAR is a very good gun. I love the SCAR. I love it. In Call of Duty. I've never shot it before in real life. But, I mean, I learned, I guess, a little bit about this stuff. The different weapons casing is interesting. These goggles are really interesting. I mean, literally, like I said, like imagine like a forward observer or a Cav Scout or somebody using these up on a hill, calling in indirect fire. You got exact grid coordinates. That'd be perfect. That would be perfect. What else is going on in here? Despite combat training centers keep soldiers in the fight, AI software prototype expedites Army sensor shooter capabilities. That's interesting. What is that? That is designed to quickly identify threats through a range of battlefield data and satellite imagery. That's interesting, y'all. This is like more techie stuff. Prototype software will integrate the Army's Tactical Intelligence Targeting Access Node, or Titan. This literally sounds like a movie. The SCAR jams a lot, does it really? Thank you so much for your videos. I'm a military spouse, and watching your videos made it a lot easier for me to understand the Army while my husband was gone at basic and now going to AIT. You're welcome. You're literally one of the people, like when I first started making videos, I didn't really realize it was going to help like spouses and stuff like that. So I'm happy that it's helping you in easing some of the worries and confusion and all that stuff. Because, yeah, like, if you're not in the military and then, like, you go to somebody's graduation and they're talking about all this stuff, you're like, what the heck are you talking about? You're an operator, Andrew? Are you really? What are the new weapon systems? So if you're just joining, I kind of have just gone over this, so you can kind of look back in the stream a little bit. But these 3 sets of weapons right here are the ones that are going to be replacing the M4 and the M249. So you got your regular rifle, and you have your squad automatic weapon, the SAW. And basically, these up top are replacing the M4, these below are replacing the 249. And they're basically lighter, and they all, literally all of them, look like they have built-in suppressors, which is interesting. So I wonder if the weight that they are quoting includes the suppressor, because if it does, that is impressive then. That would be very impressive. What was I just looking up? This AI thing, this Titan thing literally looks ridiculous. How do I explain to my parents I'm interested in the military? I've got a video on it, which I think will help you out a ton. So just look up that question in YouTube. Our vision of space domain. This is just interesting looking. I mean, it literally looks like a movie. It looks like a movie thing. Which, I mean, somebody just created this in like Photoshop or something, but like, you You got your terrain, restricted areas, that's an enemy. These are some friendlies or something. But the fact that they called it Titan, literally, it's like you're going to have a movie in the future called Titan, and it's going to be about this. Titan leverages data, products, and services from land, air, sea, space, and cyber domains. It provides the Army with a scalable expeditionary, however, I'm going to mispronounce that, and tactical ground station that integrates Department of Defense, intelligence, community, and commercial data products and services. If I am somehow seeing a tank on the water, I know that is probably wrong. Okay, I'm taking that out of context. Well, that's interesting. So, in addition to the Army having next generation weapons, we also got them working on a freaking AI software called Titan. It's crazy. It looks like a whole new host of things that go wrong. Yeah. Can you wear contacts in the Army? Yes, you can. Not at basic training, though. If you wear contacts when you go to basic training, you are going to be wearing glasses. Ghost, they have already replaced the M16. We've discussed this. When the Army gives me money, I want to invest in cryptocurrency. Go ahead and do it. Spend $5 on a crypto. It could be worth like $10,000 in 50 years. You never know. What if they break through? Is anyone a Democrat? I'm sure there are some people. I'm sure it's probably roughly 50-50. Hey, Matt, what's poppin'? This, I'm excited about it. Mainly, I'm just excited that it's not going to be so heavy. I wonder if the new tech has to do with the Space Force helping the Army. The Space Force probably is helping with this stuff, the Titan AI software thing. But pretty much all of the Space Force jobs are Space Force jobs, careers. All of their jobs, this is basically it. If you want to go join the Space Force, these are basically your jobs. It says enlisted or officer, so there's some enlisted MOSs here, and it's, you know, targeting analyst. What is this? They're targeting what? Precision in every strike. Hey, could be working with this Titan software. You never know. You never know. I mean, I don't know all the super top secret stuff. I'm working on getting my top secret clearance right now, literally. I just had my fingerprint scanned again for it. But top secret clearances don't mean you get to know everything. It just means you get to know what you need to know, which in my case is going to be not much. Hey, I know it's not related, but right now I'm an AIT at Fort Gordon, 25 November. Awesome. I was wondering, in what company were you in when you were in AIT? There is like 3 or more companies of Bravos. Echo 551. That was my company at AIT. It is, I think they have like a new DFAC and stuff next to it now. Actually, I'm pretty sure. I think there might be a PT field and stuff over there. It's over near all the admin offices and stuff where the subway is at, in the Pandora, or is it? Not Pandora, Panda Express. Not Pandora, Panda Express. That's where it's at. You want that special access mission better than top secret. Yeah, I want that top secret. I mean, it's interesting. So when I first joined, I required a secret clearance. Now that but like if you get a top secret clearance, there's like a whole bunch of other things that you have to do. but I'm already in the military and I have a secret clearance and I'm just being upgraded to a top secret clearance. I don't think the process is the same. Kind of not sure about all that. But I'm just doing what they are telling me to do. Do I think the Army is getting soft on basic training? Yes. Pretty much. They are restricting people, drill sergeants, so much on what they can do and how they can train. Because the drill sergeant's job is to train the best soldiers that they can create out of basic training, and they're just getting like their hands tied. It's like, here's all these tools that we can use to sharpen and create better soldiers, and then the Army's like, no, that one's just a little bit too harsh. Let's make it a little bit easier, and then while we're at it, let's make them not have to pass a PT test. I mean, like, why did they just not require them to pass the ACFT? Why didn't they just say, hey, you got to pass the APFT, the old PT test? I mean, P. Benzo, I don't know what you're talking about with OPSEC. I guess the Army does really make things crazy with OPSEC, but it's really, I have no clue what you'd be talking about with this video. Or like when people say their ship dates or something. I mean, OPSEC is Operation Security. So what operation are you making vulnerable? I don't know. Or like whenever I will like, somebody's probably getting on to me for showing this stuff. Like, they're posting articles about it. You got freaking all the magazines and stuff posting articles about stuff. Then I'll do videos on it, and people are like, OPSEC, you're not supposed to be talking about that. It's like, are you kidding me? When do you think is the best moment to join the Rangers? Right after basic training or during some time of duty? If you're not ready yet, don't even attempt and fail right out the gate. Then yeah, join later on. But if you're physically ready, if you think you got the skills, you think there's a pretty good chance that you're going to make it, then yeah, just go right out the gate. Did I see the new footage of the first 100 yards? No. By the way, I think I'm done kind of covering all this stuff. So we're going to kind of keep looking. So, I mean, at this point, we've kind of looked at other things. But let's look at it. First 100 yards Army VCT. Hey, look. That's my video. Right there. Army moves to Let's see if there's something new here. I don't see any. I don't see any video. First 100 yards. All right. Not gonna play the audio. I'm not sure. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just
is appropriately
do this.
Titled "Delivering Lethality and Developing."
Just let me know if y'all can hear it. I will be
Something
looking at the chat. I'm gonna mute it now. But if y'all heard that, let me know. Say I heard that in the chat. Why would they show a picture with the ACU old pattern? First 100 yards. Let's put some closed captions on here. Mask. I mean, I feel bad for y'all having to wear masks during all this stuff. Gotta get that close up. Gotta get that close up of the fists. Why aren't they just issuing? They're like, nah, we ain't got time. You gotta cut up your t-shirts. You heard it?
Day of basic training.
Okay.
Commonly referred to as the shark attack. This
I don't want to
non-documented
turn the
period of
audio on for
instruction
myself
was
because I don't know if
developed
there's
during our
echo.
draft Army years.
See, every time you
where the
live stream,
cornerstones of the event
you have
were
to
establish dominance
test things
and authority,
because
using intimidation and fear
if
to
I
weed
don't
out the
test
weak
it and I
opponent.
play the audio
It
for myself,
created
right now I
a
have my
chaotic
computer
environment
muted.
that centered around
Then,
applying physical exertion
there could be
under
there's
stress,
just issues. You gotta
usually
test
with the
everything.
utilization of the trainees' duffel bags to
That's an
determine
old
those
video.
that were worthy to serve in the
They're
Army.
literally showing footage right
Drill
now of an
sergeants were
old video of
charged
an
with
actual
assessing the
shark attack.
trainees' ability to handle stress, singling out the perceived undesirables
sure.
by enveloping them
Okay,
in
so
a
this is
manner
footage
that
from the shark
emulated a
attack.
shark attack.
This
Thus
is
the
an old
name of the
video
event.
right here.
This activity, however, does not instill the spirit of the
Frontline
infantry.
rest position.
It betrays
Oh, nope.
the innate trust between
You're screwing
teammates
yourself over. You
and
get
worse,
off your knees.
betrays the crucial bond of trust we continue to secure. Believed you could make basic field manual.
I'm gonna
23.
go through and watch this.
Any infantry soldier about the unimaginable exceed. Are
All right, so what I'm gonna do,
generally conclude
real quick, I'm just gonna leave a comment in the chat of this page, and y'all can look at that on your own time if you really want to. Look, you got my video right here. You know, it's pretty interesting. I see my own recommended videos myself. All right. This video is the definition of cringe. Yeah. Army videos are like, Army, come on, let's work together. Make some less. See, what would be interesting, I wonder what it would be like if the Army just hired me to do all the voiceover stuff or just all the talking things like they did there, where it's not super boring and ridiculous. All right, so it is almost 9 o'clock where I'm at. Let me switch back here to boom, this right here. I think that's about it. We researched the new weapons. They're coming out potentially 2021. They're going to start first issuing them out to certain squads. So it's probably going to be more like a 2023, I'm thinking, from what I've been looking at. So that's going to be interesting. So 2023, so basically 3 years from now, they're going to really start rolling out, hopefully, new weapons. Don't know which one it is yet of the 3 choices that we have to choose from that we talked about. But regardless, this is going to be pretty cool. If they actually change over the new ammo to be not brass ammo, that would be a huge change because it'd be super light. But also production, and I mean, there's a whole bunch of logistical issues with that as well. Gage Zorn, can I get a shout out, bro? You live in the same state as me. Awesome. All right, so that is going to be it for this little live stream / video / culmination of a whole bunch of different things that we talked about with the new Army weapons. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you missed the part where we're researching stuff, like the whole Army vision stuff, we talked about Titan is the new AI thing that the Army's got going on, then make sure you guys go check that out. Check out the store for this shirt. Link in the description. Use discount code BOARD10 for 10% off. I love y'all, and I will see y'all later.